Hi, we're the Henrys. My name is Zena and
My name is Eldridge.
And we wanted to just come and make this video and tell you a little bit about who we are. We've been doing marriage ministry for 5 years now. We started doing marriage ministry in 2007, January. The name of our marriage ministry is God's Union Marriage Ministry, and we actually started it not within the church but outside of the church. So we're doing marriage ministry in our home, and we wanted to just come and bring you some information about what we do as far as marriage ministry, but we also wanted to talk to you about dating and before you get married. So we wanted to talk to singles because we've been running into a lot of singles who have come to us and asked us to do counseling with them before they get married. And I think that's really important. When I was first approached about it, I didn't really want to do it because we like to concentrate solely on married couples. But I realized that at some point there needs to be a talk about what do you need to do before you get married, what do you need to look for, what type of mate are you searching for. We also want to stress that we're not licensed counselors. I am in school to become a licensed counselor, but we're not licensed, so we're not experts. But we are just giving you what we've learned through experience and through stories that we've heard from other people. We also want to stress that we are Christian-based marriage ministry, so everything that we talk about will be based on biblical principles. And so if that's something that's not of interest to you, that's okay. You just won't watch our channel.
You'll want to watch the channel anyway. It will really help you. As my wife said, I'm Eldridge, the husband. GUM, which is what we call our marriage ministry, God's Union Marriage Ministry. GUM is the child of my wife that we put into place based upon some trials that we've experienced. And through this ministry, we've been able to help a lot of couples and help ourselves. Exactly. It's amazing how we've come to find out during this process of our marriage ministries how many marriages are hurting, how many are struggling, and how many people are not knowing how to better their marriages. So with biblical principles and structure, like my wife said before, we are giving people the tools needed to better their marriages. We hope you all listen and enjoy God's Union Marriage Ministry.
And also, we've been married 15 years. We'll be
Almost
married,
16.
Yeah, we'll be married 16 years this November. Mm-hmm. And the purpose of our God's Union Marriage Ministry is keeping God in the center of our marriages. What we wanted to talk about first, this is just our introductory video, and we wanted to just kind of talk today briefly about knowing your worth. And I say this a lot to women, and I also asked my husband not too long ago, can a man have worth, or what is a man's worth? Because I know for women, we normally look at ourselves and we're trying to figure out what are we worth. And I think a lot of us are devaluing ourselves as far as when it comes to men. And so when we look at those of you who are single, who might be dating or looking to date, you need to know what your worth is, and you need to stick to that. And when I say worth, I mean, what do you feel like your worth as far as not somebody buying you, but as far as somebody treating you the way you need to be treated? And first of all, one of the things that I want you to realize is that you need to have high expectations in your partner. And with those expectations, don't lower those expectations. If there's something that's a deal breaker for you, then get out of the relationship or don't let it go any further. And no one can tell you what your deal breakers are. Everybody's going to have a different deal breaker. You know, for me, somebody who smokes, that's a deal breaker. You know, like or does drugs, that's a deal breaker. Or who's an alcoholic, those are deal breakers for me. Yeah. And there's a whole list of other things, you know. So you have to find out what is your deal breaker, and then what is your worth as far as how you want to be treated. And then you need to make sure that you're letting those expectations be the ones that you set in your relationship, and you don't deter from that. Okay, and I don't know, did you want to add something to that?
In regard to us men, knowing our value, we never picture our value. We just say we want a woman who cooks and cleans and is okay in the bedroom. But our value are the things that we want. We want encouragement. We want support. You know, we need someone to talk to when the world is beating us down. That's your worth. You deserve someone like that. Please understand that when you get married, you're not supposed to be living with someone and miserable. You should have a helpmeet, a person in your life that encourages you, loves you unconditionally through the good and the bad times, and is there to support you. So if the person you're currently with as far as dating is not going to be the one to give you these things, don't waste time. That situation is one you need to remove yourself from.
Exactly.
A lot of us waste time hoping that someone is going to change. The person you are dating is the person you're going to marry.
Exactly.
So whoever they are, character-wise, right now, if you decide to marry that person, they have bad characteristics, or you wish all these things would change, that's not the person for you. And that's for the men and the women. So don't expect them to change when you say, I do.
Yeah. Most of the time, people, who they are, that's what they're showing you. And whatever they show you, usually from the time that you meet them, all the time that you're dating, that's who they're going to be. Most of the time, people don't change unless they want to, or unless God changes them. And some of the things that we found in our marriage, doing marriage ministry and conducting conferences and even counseling with other couples, we find that a lot of times they're trying to change their spouse. And they're not even really looking at that they may need to make a change within themselves, right, because there's something that they're not doing, or something that they want that, it may not even be able to receive from that spouse. And when we have expectations, I stated that before, that you need to have expectations, but also don't expect one person on earth to meet all of your needs. That's impossible. There's no way that one person can meet every single need that you have. Only God can do that. However, the person that you're with should be able to meet some of your needs, but they're not going to be able to meet all of them. And so just keep that in mind. And so don't expect them to meet all of them. Anything else?
I think that'll do it.
Okay. If you have any questions for us, any comments, we're going to leave the link for our website and the link for you to ask questions to us at any time, so that we'll share questions that you might have or any comments that you might have. Please feel free to subscribe, rate, to ask your leave your comments and ask your questions. And we'll try to get back with you as soon as possible. We want to try to at least do a video maybe once a week or every other week. And so depending on our schedule, because we do conduct conferences and do Vacation Bible School, we also conduct our marriage ministry, and between work, school, taking care of household and all of that. So, but we do want to make sure that if you have questions or comments, that we get them answered. And again, everything will be kept confidential if you go through our question link, because there's no place to put your name unless you want your name to be broadcast. We appreciate you listening, and we thank you for your attention. And God bless.
Have a good one. Remember, go to God'sUnionMM.com. Take care.
That's a wrap. They got to edit that out.
Is that all you wanted to do, baby?
Yeah. See, that was easy.
That was easy. Mm-hmm.
You was thinking it was going to be a whole lot of stuff.